A new place to skate is coming to the Quad Cities, but not without a few setbacks by Mother Nature. And it's the third version this week. The proposal that could save the Exelon nuclear power plants goes before the House for a vote later today.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. I'm Emily Scarlett. An outdoor ice rink is coming to Bettendorf, but not quite as soon as the city had hoped. In fact, the rink was supposed to open last week. Local 4's Greta Patrick joins us live from Middle Park in Bettendorf. Good morning, Greta. What's pushing back the open date?
Well, good morning, Emily. The problem has actually been the weather. Now, over on the other side of the rink, there are the ice makers, and it's been too warm for those type of ice makers to adequately freeze this rink. As you can see, the floor doesn't exactly look like an ice rink at all. Now, here's why those warm temperatures are affecting the making of the ice. It takes a few days to make enough ice to cover the ice rink floor, and it needs to be colder than 45 degrees in order for the ice makers to work. And since it hasn't been consistently colder than 45 degrees for more than a day or two at a time, that means the ice can't freeze. Now, this new ice rink is called Frozen Landing, and it sits right next to Splash Landing Pool here in Middle Park. Lauren Haldeman from the city of Bettendorf says the city bought the rink for $280,000 from the city of Moline, and they're hoping this weekend the weather will cooperate so the rink can open.
The city council wanted more winter events, and when the skating rink came available, they thought it was a good fit for the city, so that's why it's here now. Well, the original timeline, we were hoping for around Thanksgiving, but the warm weather didn't make that happen, so we are now hoping for next week to be open.
It definitely feels cold enough out here to be making lots of ice, and those ice makers will be going all weekend. It should take them several days to make enough ice to fill the ice rink floor, and if that happens, the rink's ribbon cutting is set for this coming Tuesday, December 6th. Live in Bettendorf, Greta Patrick, Local 4 News this morning.
Thank you, Greta. The race for Rock Island's next mayor now has 4 candidates. Local 4 is your local election headquarters. Terry Brooks and Andrew Rowe have both filed paperwork to run for the position. They join former president of Renaissance Rock Island, Mike Tomes, and 4th Ward Alderman Stephen Tollineer. The deadline for filing has now passed. The election will be held in April. President-elect Donald Trump kicks off his victory tour in Cincinnati, Ohio today. Before that event, Trump will head to Indiana to tout a deal that will keep nearly 1,000 Carrier air conditioning factory jobs from moving to Mexico. A deal that could save 2 Exelon nuclear power plants in Illinois has Governor Bruce Rauner's support. It's the third version of the future energy jobs bill we've seen in a week. The latest proposal would place an overall limit to rate increases for both home and business customers. Supporters say the change would help keep the energy plants open while keeping prices under control. But as Local 4's Ashley Richmond reports, others call it a bailout.
Exelon and Commonwealth Edison are the 2 companies involved here. Exelon says it has agreed to cap rates for ComEd customers at 25 cents a month more for households and a 1.3% increase for businesses based on their 2015 rates. Supporters of the future energy jobs bills say this is a deal we need to take now, but some believe lawmakers are rushing to vote on this new amendment to the bill without doing their research. This recent amendment to the Future Energy Jobs Bill would mean more money out of Illinois customers' pockets, but it also keeps the Exelon plants in both Cordova and Clinton, Illinois, open. Exelon is the biggest taxpayer in Rock Island County, paying nearly $8 million in taxes each year. Keeping the plants open also makes sure thousands of people keep their jobs.
The average pay for these jobs at Exelon is, between $90,000 and $110,000 a year. The economic impact that it has on our area is tremendous. We can't have these plants closed.
That local impact alone is exactly why some lawmakers support this bill. They also say Exelon is giving up more than it's getting with this newest amendment.
One thing that we have done that we think is very responsible, and Exelon has agreed, is that the market is going to drive the subsidy. So if the market goes up and prices go down, their subsidy goes down. All the opponents out there are saying this is a bailout, and that is not what this is.
But Abe Scar says that's exactly what this is. He's the director of the Illinois Public Interest Research Group, a nonpartisan, nonprofit public advocacy group. He says this bill isn't about helping an industry that needs a leg up, but rather propping up a failing industry. Scar also says the new amendments are being rushed through, so lawmakers may not have the time to really look at and consider everything this bill includes.
One of the problems is it actually cuts spending for low-income energy efficiency programs. With this stuff, the devil is in the details. It's very technical, and, I won't be surprised if there's stuff we haven't found yet that we will only find after they pass it.
If this bill does not pass, Exelon plans to close its Clinton plant by 2017 and its Cordova plant by 2018. Ashley Richmond, Local 4 News.
Thanks for that, Ashley. And that bill passed the House Energy Commission last night. It goes to the full House for a vote today. If it passes the House, the bill could reach the Senate for a final vote, possibly by later this afternoon. Also, one Davenport project is getting thousands of dollars in aid. The Iowa Economic Development Authority awarded $75,000 to Davenport's Hilltop Campus Village. It's for a project to renovate the upper level of 1605 Harrison Street into 5 new apartments. The total cost of the project is more than $400,000. Today, local military members will get what may be their first gift of the season. The group Trees for Troops is making a big delivery. All active duty military members will get a free live Christmas tree. The trees are provided by more than 400 Christmas tree growers and retailers from around the country. They'll be available at the Rock Island Arsenal starting today at noon. You can pick one up 24/7 at the Memorial Field Pavilion through December 8th. And beginning today, the German American Heritage Center will become Iowa's largest Advent calendar. The center will transform the front of their building in Davenport. A new window will be lit every night at 5 through Christmas Eve. And this year, each window will have a design created by 7th grade students in the Creative Arts Academy. So that should be a great sight in Davenport, especially for the holiday season. Let's turn it over to meteorologist Anthony Peoples. First day of December. You've also mentioned it's the first day of meteorological winter, right?
Yeah, meteorological winter, the 3 coldest months of the year, December, January, and February. So that kicks off today, and the weather seems pretty typical for December already with a few snowflakes out there. And I'm still thinking about that Advent calendar. That is such a cool idea. I wonder if there's chocolates behind those windows.
Only you, Anthony, would wonder about those chocolates.
Exactly.
It does sound like a very cool idea for Davenport.
Yeah, and maybe some hot chocolate sounds like a cool idea today, a warm idea today, because we do have a few snow flurries out there over the past 6 hours. We're seeing a few more showing up on radar off to the northeast of the Quad Cities right now. Our current temperature is at 37 degrees, but we do have a west wind at 12. That gives us the wind chill, what it actually feels like outside, of 29 degrees. So as we go through the morning today, we'll see temperatures right around the low to mid 30s off to the north, the mid to upper 30s this morning off to the rest of the area. But this afternoon, high temperatures will make it up to only about 41. So that means that our high temperatures are not going to be climbing too much from where they are right now. And
that's not necessarily a bad thing, that high temperature today, right around where we should be?
Yeah, the average high is 40, so 41 is about where we should be for December. It just is more of a shock because, we're coming off the 3rd warmest November on record, so it does seem quite a bit colder out there, and it is.
Yeah, a bit of a change, but we're needing that cold weather if you're wanting to get out to that outdoor skating rink that Greta mentioned, so it's coming just in time.
Yes, much colder weather coming in next week, so if you don't get out there this week, you'll definitely get a chance as the colder weather comes in next week.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, we've got a change in view for our pet of the week. A lab mix with lots of energy is looking for a new home. We'll meet Shadow after the break.
Stay with us. The time now is 6:10. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with James Sears, Emily Scarlett, and meteorologist Anthony Peoples. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.